Am I the
Oh
asshole?
my God. Oh my God.
Dude.
This woman is living like a novel level tragedy.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chisme Chronicles episode number
I think 6 now.
6.
Damn.
We've done so many of these, we can't even remember
I
what
can't even
episode
remember.
we're on.
My brain doesn't go that far back.
So, this is episode number 2 for the week. We're putting out episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
This is true.
get ready for next week.
Yeah. We hope.
I don't know what we're doing next week. We're just doing some more episodes. But this week's episode, or today's episode, is going to be about sibling drama.
Yeah, last one was mother-in-law, and then we've shifted gears a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna do some sibling drama for today's episode, and I feel like my stories are so they're kind of similar, both of them, the same kind of the same kind of family dynamic in mine.
Okay.
But I'm excited about them.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna beat Kaylee this week. Now it's like a competition. See who has the best stories.
Yeah, no, mine are definitely gonna be better, and more diverse than yours. But I'll let you try though.
Okay.
We'll
Are
see
you
what
ready?
happens. I'm ready.
Okay. Story number 1. Am I the asshole for telling my estranged sister and our parents that she and her kids are not my problem? 7 years ago, I was married and expecting a baby when things went horribly wrong. Around 10 weeks into my pregnancy, I suffered a miscarriage, and then I returned home to find my husband in bed with my sister.
Oh my God.
My
God.
The two of them tried to apologize and convince me that we could all get over it. But I wanted nothing to do with either of them, and even less so when I found out she had gotten pregnant.
Oh my God. It just gets worse.
Dude, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Stop.
My divorce was finalized quickly because I wanted nothing from him other than the divorce, and was willing to leave the marriage with nothing but the clothes on my back.
Oh my God. Poor woman.
Pretty early, I realized my parents were hoping I would want to still be a part of the baby's life, but I wanted nothing to do with the baby my sister conceived while sleeping with my husband, now ex, as I lay in hospital losing my own pregnancy. I refused any and all contact with my sister and ex. They married and had 2 more children after the one she conceived during my marriage to him.
Oh no.
I met my current husband when I had distanced myself from my whole family, and he was amazing, and his family were great. We got married 2 years ago, and his family are nothing short of the best. I adore the nieces and nephews I have gained through my marriage to him, and we spend a lot of time together. Around 3 months ago, my sister called me at work using my work phone and told me she needed me, and could I please come to her. I hung up the phone and continued about my day. It was several hours later that I got a message from my parents saying I needed to be with my sister. A few days later, I got another call and was told my sister had been pregnant. The baby passed away inside of her, and she delivered a stillborn.
Okay.
All while he was out sleeping with someone else.
Oh my God. My God.
Dude, my parents and sister expected me to rally around her, and I didn't. Now that some time has passed and she lives with them, I have been inundated with them saying I should meet her kids, be there for them like I am my husband's nieces and nephews, and all that, and that I should reconcile with the family. My sister told me how sorry she was again, and that she wanted us to make up. I told the 3 of them that she and her kids are not my problem, and I still want nothing to do with them. My parents are furious, and they say I need to forgive because whatever she did, she is now suffering worse than would ever be deserved, and her kids are innocent and deserved an aunt or an aunt.
Oh
Am I the asshole?
My God. Oh my God.
Dude.
This woman is living like a novel level tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
What
was
chapter
an
are we on?
odyssey of tragedy. Like, that was horrible. It just kept getting worse.
Dude, it kept getting worse. I was like,
but the karmic revenge was also like straight up like you couldn't have written anything better.
I mean, like almost worse. You know what I mean?
For the sister?
Yeah.
No,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, her karma
was
just
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, But it's like oh dude, but it still sucks because it's still a child that died.
No,
I know
no,
you're
I'm not even saying that.
I know.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
I know you're
wanna
not saying
clarify.
like good. That's what she gets. You know what I mean?
I also, when I said that, for clarity, I wasn't referencing, like loss of a child, but I'm saying like she also got cheated.
She got cheated on
by
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
dude. That's
yeah.
what I was referencing.
Yeah. I was
Not
thinking
the
about
other part.
I was thinking about the whole package
I
deal.
forgot about to be honest, I forgot about the other part. But
yeah.
yeah, that sucks. But
like, dude, that guy, and what's so crazy is like they got the husband cheats with the sister.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if she was sorry, okay, so she was trying to convince them that like, we're so sorry, we can get past this.
Dude, I'm imagining them like getting up, like sheets wrapped around, because she walked in on them, didn't she?
Yeah, she walked in on
Dude,
them.
I imagine them getting up, being like, "I'm sorry." What? Fuck.
Okay, but so let's just say that was the only time.
Oh,
But she's trying. No. But she's trying to say, we can get past this. I'm so sorry. And then the
No, we cannot.
OP's like, well, I don't want anything to do with this. If she really was sorry, she wouldn't have married him and had 2 more kids with him.
Oh hell no!
Because okay, what if she's like, you know what,
This was the worst mistake of my life.
I don't know how I let this happen.
I'm a horrendous person, and
like,
I need to go crawl in a hole and die.
And like, I got pregnant. I'm gonna obviously have the kid, and that's it, right? Like, well, he's the dad now. There's nothing I could do about it. But no, you got married with him and decided to have 2 more kids, and also the parents are the assholes.
Oh yeah, no, big time.
So by the way, not the asshole, right? Not the asshole.
Yeah, for
you know what I mean?
Like if that wasn't obvious.
Like, no, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be your mom. It could be my grandmother, my mom, my dad. If you are that bad of a person, you're toxic. It doesn't matter.
Dude.
Blood doesn't bind us to where
hell no.
you need to have the person in your life that's causing you grief, causing you anxiety, causing you so much pain. Like, it doesn't matter. So what does suck though, what sucks is always the kids.
Yeah.
The kids are innocent.
But also like I don't think that, because the parents are trying to frame it of like, oh, these kids need like an aunt. I don't think that anybody is like walking around here without an aunt and being like, that was a hole in my life.
No, but I mean,
You
like,
know what I mean?
Not missing out with their cousins. That sucks. Not like, for example,
Does she have kids?
Yeah, she has kids.
She does?
Oh yeah, I thought.
I don't think she has kids.
Maybe you're right.
And even if she does, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you just don't know them, then I mean, maybe it sucks when you get older. But I don't think that like, is a hole in your life.
No, it's not a hole. So you're right. She doesn't say that they have kids or not.
She doesn't clarify.
And yeah, I also agree with that. It's not like it's not having cousins is not at all on the same level as not having a dad or a mom.
Yeah, no, and I feel bad obviously for the original posters, the sister, the one who is the asshole. I feel bad for her kids, but like, just what I was referencing there was the parents, them being the assholes and trying to frame it like, oh, well, like, you need to rally around for her children, not for your sister, for your nieces and nephews. Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, like, that's not a hole in their life, and it's not a hole in mine, because I don't hate, I don't assume that she hates the kids.
Yeah,
but she hates their mom.
She just doesn't need to have a Yeah,
so,
she's like,
yeah, that's not a hole in anybody's life. Yeah.
So, but what I mean is like, what sucks for the kids is that, well, we don't know what kind of environment they're growing up in and what's being told to them. Like, oh, your aunt doesn't come around, or who knows? I mean, I also don't want to like make a bunch of assumptions, but I just feel like they if they found out, or when they find out, like, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter what they're telling the kids or whatever. Like, oh, your aunt doesn't come around. Okay, I don't care. I never knew her. You know what I mean? Like, if I found out right now that I had an aunt that never came into my life, okay, that's fine. They're living.
Why
their own
doesn't she
life.
come around though? Oh, she doesn't come around because your mom's a dirty bird.
That's yeah. But then when they find out, and then it's like, I'm like a freaking gnat. Like then I mean.
Because your mom's a cochina.
Yeah. Your mom sucks so bad. It's just like a stark, like, kind of like eye-opening moment of like, yeah, my mom was like a trash, horrendous person that should have crawled in a hole.
Dude. And then went back and they married the guy. and had 2 more kids with him.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that just shows
crazy.
that there was like no level of regret.
But also, I'm gonna say, like, the parents, like I said it before, the parents are also the assholes, and they're like pretty big assholes. I feel like if I was the parent, the dad of like those,
I wouldn't go to that wedding.
Or I wouldn't like be able to accept a guy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's your son-in-law twice.
Yeah, he's my son-in-law
Like,
twice.
Get out of my house.
Destroyed like
one of my daughter's
and
marriage.
then now both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, then their relationship.
That dude needs jail. That dude needs jail.
Damn.
This is a new prescription I'm giving. Screw divorce. Screw therapy. That man needs jail.
No. Don't screw it. You gotta add it. Just like
I don't know.
Add it.
No, he just needs to rot.
No, not from him. For the podcast.
Oh no, yeah. That's what I'm saying. For him, screw divorce, screw jail. Screw. You know what I mean.
We need to have a tally of like how many jail stories, how many divorce stories, how many.
We're gonna need like four chalkboards for divorce and therapy. But jail, that's a special category that this man made, and he owns it.
You sleep with your wife's sister, jail.
Yeah, you sleep with your wife's sister, and then while that sister is delivering a stillborn child, you're cheating on her.
Jail. Then you get married to her, and you have 2 more kids. Straight to jail. Jail. Yeah. Yeah, you see that one, right? From Parks and Rec.
I think so.
You remember?
I've seen Parks and Rec.
Remember what's his name? Fred Armisen from Portlandia.
I didn't watch Portlandia.
No, well, but you know who Fred Armisen is?
Sure.
He's like I don't even know where he's from, but he can do so many like personalities. It's like this like ambiguous like ethnicity. But he's doing this episode where he's pretending to be like the president or something for of Venezuela or something.
Uh-huh.
And he's like he's just talking about all the reasons why you go to jail over there. Yeah. And he's like undercooked chicken jail.
I do remember that.
Undercooked fish jail. Believe it or not, overcooked chicken straight to jail.
Yeah, I do remember that actually. Okay, vaguely, but I have a bad memory.
Okay.
That one was peak.
You liked that one?
I would have urged you
to do it
less.
Oh, I got the other one's pretty good.
Maybe. Okay, I'm just saying, we'll see. We're building from here.
The other story's still pretty good.
This one is pretty good, but we'll see. Okay, I'll let you judge if it's better. Am I the asshole for calling my brother a disgusting, gross man at his daughter's birthday party? This is a throwaway account, meaning it's juicy, it's spicy.
Okay.
My brother, Paul, and I are not close at all. We have very different worldviews and have incompatible personalities. I can tolerate him, but I would never consider him a friend. He's been married to Lisa for 1 or 2 years now, and they have a beautiful daughter together. My girlfriend Amy and I were invited to celebrate my niece's first birthday. Most of the family was invited, and it would be the first time I would have seen them all together. Yeah, like he says that he sees his whole family once or twice a year. Amy and I arrived a little earlier than we were supposed to, and instead of waiting in the car, we decided to go in. The first thing I noticed is how calm my brother seemed to be in contrast to Lisa, who was frantically running up and down. When he saw Amy, he immediately handed her the baby and went over and got a beer and sat down to watch TV. Lisa was clearly struggling, and he was content with the beer and Netflix. I don't want to be rude, and maybe this was a one-time thing, but it bothered me how uninvolved he was. He handed Amy a baby with a full diaper and vomit on its clothes. Eventually, Lisa, and I finished everything. The house was clean, the food was ready, and Lisa looked ready to host a big gathering. We all paid zero attention to Paul. When my family arrived, I thought everything was going well. I avoided Paul and enjoyed speaking with my family. After he had sat down to eat, Paul approached me, drunk, thanking me for helping Lisa. I didn't want to be around him for long, so I moved out of his way. He was very persistent. I was ignoring him, but he started talking about Amy. Protect Amy like a real man, or or you've got a great woman by your side, kind of comments. You know what? Whatever. It was slightly odd, and I was mildly uncomfortable, but I was able to brush it away. Amy was trying to sober him up a little bit before cutting the cake, so she was selectively hearing. We tried to get him to stop talking and drink water. However, he had a lot to say about Lisa. He was he was complaining about how pregnancy ruined Lisa's body and how the baby ruined his life. Amy and I kept looking at each other awkwardly, and we were soon going to leave him be. Whatever, that's worded weird, but they were going to leave the party.
And this is the baby's 1-year-old party?
First birthday party.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We didn't leave the conversation soon enough. He was complaining about his sex life or lack thereof and commenting about how desperately he wanted to have sex with someone fit like Amy.
Oh my God.
This made both of us extremely uncomfortable. Amy left, quickly apologizing to Lisa. I told him that he's a disgusting, gross man who needs some effing help before I left. Apparently, this made him super upset, and he started wailing at the party. Paul told everyone that the reason he was crying was because of my words to him. He got over it quickly, but few people told me I was wrong to have shamed a father at his child's birthday party. I could have left probably without making that statement. Am I the asshole?
Okay, so the guy, the OP, Lisa is his sister?
Lisa is his sister-in-law.
Oh, his brother is Paul?
His brother is Paul. This is the sibling episode. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I missed that. I missed that part. So his brother
is Paul.
Is like telling him that
he would like to
coming
have
on
sex
to
with his girlfriends.
Someone like her, but but obviously he's like.
Yeah. I mean, he's uncomfortably hitting on his brother's girlfriend with his wife right there, and they're at their daughter's first birthday party, talking about how his wife's body is ruined and how their baby ruined his life.
Well, I mean, I don't even, when people say stuff like that, like a couple people said that I was wrong for shaming him. They must not know what the hell went down.
Yeah.
Like
they don't have full context, or they're getting a different story. That's something that we've touched on before. It's like maybe the other person is spinning it completely differently. Like I imagine Paul, the brother in this story, is super drunk. You know what I mean? So I imagine he's going around to like other people that maybe weren't in the vicinity and just being like, oh, like I'm so sad. My brother was so mean. Like blah, blah, blah. Idiot.
Oh, he told me this or he told me that. And they're probably thinking that he's saying that he's a disgusting person, blah, 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 specific to him being drunk maybe. You know?
Oh, maybe.
Like, you know, because if you don't know what happened, what that guy was saying, but obviously everyone can see that he's all drunk and you're like, you're a disgusting slob and you need help. They're like, yo, I mean, he was drunk at his kid's
to
party.
be honest, like, oh wait, no, yeah, because they told, I guess because they told the OP that, but I was thinking like if a drunk man stumbles up to me and it's like, oh, somebody said this to me, I'm like, oh, that's so mean, get away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they went back and told the original poster that he was mean.
Yeah, I feel like that people said that to him because they assumed that he was talking about him being drunk or being obnoxious or whatever. Because it doesn't make sense.
Or it's just Paul's friends and they're like, oh, he didn't even say anything that bad. You know what I mean? So like, you're an asshole. Like if they're like his, like I'm assuming he has shitty friends.
But then exactly. I was gonna say then all those people are shitty too. They're just like.
I mean, if he's a shitty guy, I'm assuming. I don't think this is a wild, crazy assumption. I know I've made some of those before. But if he's that shitty of a guy, I'm assuming he has shitty friends, and they're probably just writing for him. Yeah. You know.
Dude, I mean that's horrible. I mean.
Just drama, just bad and sad.
So, divorce and therapy.
I don't know.
Divorce, no? Yeah, what? Divorce.
Oh, for the I mean, yeah. No therapy, but divorce for the brother and that wife, that poor woman.
Now we're just like advocating for people to get divorced.
Like, I told you that was my grievance with the first episode, and I think the second too. Yeah. That was my grievance. I was like everybody in the comments is always like, you need to get a divorce. I don't have the full story. No. They're right. Everybody needs to get a divorce. Like, I've seen the light.
I was thinking more of like a funny judgment thing, you know?
Yeah.
But like.
No, but I mean.
But I don't want to make it. I don't want to make divorce like a funny judgment. Jail, I think is kind of funny.
Well, that one's a special category. This one I don't think deserves any kind of special category, but because it's a sibling episode and this story wasn't pertaining, I wouldn't have given divorce because it wasn't about the two that need to get divorced. Yeah. But I am just saying like cut off contact, like you're done, like or at least like. For a long time, you know what I mean? Like do like 6 months or a year without talking to your brother.
What I feel like has to happen in any situation really is like there has to be an honest conversation.
After I
Like-
would say after 6 months or a year, I'm sitting down. I'm
I
sitting
would
with
say
it.
before.
I'm doing after, because then it's like,
But like
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is, I feel like the people need to know while it's fresh. Like, bro, we were at your party last week, and this is what you said about my wife, how you disrespected her, how you disrespected me, like how you disrespected your own wife and your own kids.
Yeah.
And like, I need time from you, bro.
well, I would say like, like, because I'm assuming again, and this is maybe an assumption I shouldn't be making, but I'm assuming it's like his friends that are saying that the OP's the asshole, and like I don't care what you think. You can think whatever the hell you want. I'm never gonna see you again.
Yeah, I was
You know what
saying
I mean?
everything
But like
that I
for the
said.
parents or something, like, yeah, you can talk to them. But if this was me, I wouldn't talk to that sibling for a solid year. And then be like, you know what, like if you're ready to like try and like make them, but I would need that.
But why would
space.
that person even know that there's an issue, that there's something to make up?
If
They're
you
going to be
don't
contacting
tell-
you like, hey, what's up, bro? I haven't seen you.
Dude.
And then what are you going to do? Just beat around the bush? And, oh, yeah.
No. I straight up. I mean, I'm assuming that he knows what he did is wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
No, he doesn't, because he said
then he
himself.
sucks worse.
Well, yeah. He said so. I'm
you're
just saying.
right.
I'm just saying that they should know what they did wrong.
I just feel like if you give somebody enough time to reflect, then they figure out what they did wrong. But
Nope.
maybe not.
Nope.
Maybe that's just
36 years old. I've lived long enough to understand that there's a very, very small percentage of people that can reflect.
it's us. We're
It's us.
perfect.
There's it's
Watching
so
this
wild.
podcast will make you a better person.
Yeah. It's so wild to me to there's very, very few people that I've experienced that can actually self-reflect and say, hey, you know what? Or like, I noticed that maybe Roman's not talking to me, or we're not hanging out like we used to. What could have happened? What did I do? And then that maybe we'll apologize or say something. Because sometimes, and even if they do, and even if they do, sometimes people don't want to apologize. They don't even want to bring it up.
Listen, I feel like I hear what you're saying, and I've not been on the earth for 36 years, but I will say that like I've done that multiple times where like I've like been hanging out with somebody or something, and then if they do something that is just blatantly wrong or like disrespectful, I just, I have whatever words I have with them in the moment, and then I completely stop talking with them. And every single time I'll get a text like 3 days later, like it's always like, oh hey, or whatever, like, testing the waters, and then it's like, hey, if you're mad at me because of this and this and this, like then I'm sorry, or that's not what I meant, or something. Every single time the people will reflect, I feel like, if you give them the space to, whether they want to admit it or not. But
yeah,
I feel like, yeah, I don't know, that's just what I prescribe. I wouldn't have talked to the person for a long time.
So I'll partially agree, and let me tell you why. Because I have had that experience, but those are like smaller things. I guess for me, what I was imagining, or what I'm talking about in my own experience, they're like big issues that like a text, or like I'm sorry, or like, oh, this and that. It's like, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm also talking about
Then they're
big
weird.
things.
Then they're weird.
They're special.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Then I mean, if that's your weird experience, then
My special life.
Whatever. Moving on.
If you're just a silly person.
Yeah. I mean, people are just silly. No, but I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you've experienced. That's
I
what
don't
you experienced. Yeah. For me, in my experience, like on the bigger issues, they just don't
Reflect.
Or maybe it's the same people that I'm thinking about that are blocking my mind.
Maybe,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
That it's like those are the big ones, and like nothing ever happens from them
Because
and
they're
I'm
not
kind
the
of,
type of people to reflect.
and I'm letting that over kind of power the other situations that I've had where they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll definitely not the asshole. Definitely agree if that guy's like, yo, I'm not talking to my brother for 6
contact.
months or whatever. You know, if
Yeah.
all right. Story number 3.
Ooh.
So you'll see some similarities here.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, am I the asshole for disinviting my siblings from my wedding? There's me, 25 female, sister, 27 female, and brother, 28 male involved here.
Okay.
We were raised together, and until 2019, we believed we were a nuclear biological family. Then we found out our dad wasn't our biological dad, which even he didn't know.
Ooh.
It then turned out my older siblings shared a biological dad, but I had a different one. We were also first cousins because their biological dad
Oh
and my biological dad were brothers. Yo.
Mom, dude. What happened?
Dad left our mom hurt, betrayed, and overall disgusted that she had lied to him for 2 decades. I was equally mad that she lied and hurt my dad. My siblings were less willing to cut her off, but their relationship strained majorly.
Okay.
Dad moved in with me and my then boyfriend, now fiance, and COVID hit. At this point, all 3 of us agreed he was dad no matter what. Like them with the siblings. Yeah. And there was nothing that could change that. I meant it, they didn't. They found their biological dad and mine by extension and have decided that he is now real dad and that our dad is just a stepdad. My brother has even corrected his 2 little girls who called dad grandpa into saying he's step grandpa. And that's what they call him, while biological dad gets called grandpa. It broke my dad's heart, and he decided it was too much for him to accept. This is after talks between them where he was essentially told to know his place, stay in his lane, and demoted with the clear message being nothing would change. I am so pissed at them. They have tried to push me to meet my real dad and have told me it's okay to go back on what we said. Initially, they were invited to my wedding, but with this whole mess, I told them they were no longer welcome and I did not want them to show up. They told me that just because they have a relationship with their real dad doesn't change things between us. I told them it does. That if dad isn't our real dad after everything he has done for us, then we're not siblings. Then we're not real siblings.
Yeah.
Because technically we are half siblings and cousins. That my dad is still my dad 100% and biology is meaningless to me. And so it was best for them not to come because I no longer wanted them there. What I said hurt them. My sister-in-law, married to my brother, told me I was an asshole for throwing half sibling in their faces and cutting them for my wedding like we haven't been siblings our whole lives. I think that's almost more annoying to me because that's our dad. But he can be shit on and discarded like he's nothing. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I feel like I'm giving, obviously not the asshole, but also I would say that, like, okay, I also, obviously, like, the siblings are being, like, put, like, as the asshole here, right? Which is not the main question. But the siblings are the asshole, but I want to give them, like, a light asshole thing, which might be a bad take.
No, I don't know. I felt a little so I feel a little like tiny bit like I don't know. I want to say I feel like a tiny bit conflicted, but like I don't know 100% because there's nothing wrong with them wanting to meet their dad.
Right. No.
Their biological dad.
Right.
And the siblings are the assholes specific to their whole situation with how they handled their stepfather and their biological dad,
right?
And like, you know, I think that's an asshole thing. Like, well, you're my stepdad now, and like, no, imagine if my dad now is like being called step grandpa.
That is horrible.
First of all,
also this man helped raise you they're old. I mean, they're not old.
Yeah, well, they're
like 28, but I'm saying like it's not like they found out when they were like, you know, young or whatever. They're old enough that this man raised them.
Yeah, he's like, they are his kids, and he's like, oh, my kids went to college, and now I have grandkids. I got 4 grandkids. Yeah, turns out none of my kids are my kids.
That's horrible. And obviously the siblings are the asshole. The siblings are the asshole to their dad, to the stepdad, or whatever. Like thing 100%. But the reason I wanted to give them like a light asshole verdict there from me is because like I feel like
with the dad situation or with the sister.
With the dad situation, because that's what I'm saying. Maybe this is a bad take, but I feel like they're also probably like super traumatized and they need to like reflect a lot. Like maybe they don't realize the damage that they're doing, you know what I mean? Because it's like all of a sudden it's like, this wasn't really my dad, and like now I found my real dad, and maybe that's like a lot to process, and maybe they don't realize what they're doing, and they just need to really reflect and be like, who raised me.
Yeah.
This is my dad. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the person that raised me is my dad. Like screw the blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so, but they're probably traumatized. Like
Well-
they just found out that like their whole life is a lie. One of their siblings isn't even their full sibling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like by blood. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I get it. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 15 or you're, 30 years old. Like, we all take news like that so differently.
Yeah.
Like, your brain trying to process and like
Yeah.
what's going on. And it could be hard to look back and say like, well, this is my dad. He's the person that raised me.
Yeah.
And you're so caught up in like the moment and the emotions and the confusion of like,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they just need to reflect like a lot.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time being like, you suck so, they do suck so bad. But I have a hard time like thinking about like telling somebody in that situation that, because like you want to like give them some sympathy, because it's like, dude, your whole life just like fell apart a little bit,
Yeah. But I mean,
like your reality was shattered. Like
Yeah.
I want to give you some grace and be like, you're being an asshole, but like, this is not the end of this. Like you can recover relationships.
I think trying to push the younger sister to like meet their dad.
Yeah.
Like if she said no, she said no.
Drop it.
She's like, I don't want to, like, he's my dad. He's raised me. Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't care. It's like a, like a sperm donor situation.
Yeah. I mean,
at
like
that
they have like, I'll give them more of a harsher, like asshole verdict on that. Cause like, I mean, I don't know how much they're pushing it, but
yeah,
they shouldn't be.
But
they shouldn't be.
circling back to the main "Am I the asshole?" question, I don't think the original poster is an asshole for for uninviting them.
Yeah. I mean, because they're hurt. She's hurt.
Also,
that they're treating her dad, her dad, like that.
Yeah.
Being told demoted, being called step grandpa. Oh, you're not our real dad anymore.
that's horrible.
And she's like, what are you talking about, dude?
protecting her dad.
That's my freaking dad. Like,
Yeah.
like you're crazy. Like, I don't. You're crazy. I don't want you. I don't want to be around you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and also like maybe the relationships will be repaired, and maybe it'll be like, oh, like I'm so sad I didn't get to go to your wedding. Like maybe that'll be the case, but this isn't a little fight. I'm not saying uninvite people to your wedding for like a little fight, right? But if there's this big of a drama going on in your life, this close to a wedding, you don't want that there.
yeah.
And I feel like you're allowed to uninvite somebody for any like huge drama like this, where you're like, this is going to negatively impact this day so much. A wedding's not something you can reschedule. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
yes, and it's not something that you're going to repeat.
Yeah,
Ideally.
ever. This is ideally.
And ever with that person.
I mean, some people divorce and get remarried, but yeah, more than likely, you know what I mean? I mean, to the same person, but more than likely, this is the one day with that person, and like you don't want to. I mean, why would you taint that? I would rather deal with having to like tell somebody like I'm sorry, or like reconcile not inviting somebody than having that day ruined forever.
Yeah. Man, both of those stories, like a mom like cheating on the husband, having the kids.
That one's
with
insane.
2 brothers, dude. With like 2 brothers.
That might be the top story ever on the Chisme
I don't
Chronicles.
know. The one that I did before, I feel like that one was pretty good too, though. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, one of those 2, I feel like were could be the top.
We gotta reflect. We need a working ranking. That's gonna be the other
Dude,
whiteboard.
We should do that. Like Top Gear.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw Top Gear, but Top Gear. Okay, for all the car enthusiasts, obviously, if you like Top Gear, you already know what this is. But for you, actually, so Top Gear is a show. It was a show on the BBC in England, and it's basically about cars. Mm-hmm. And these 3 guys, they do all these like funny adventures, and they look at the new cars and they modify cars and all this crazy stuff. And in every episode, they had this guy called the Stig. Mm-hmm. The Stig is like, no one knows who he is. He's like a professional race car driver, and he's always wearing like a suit and a helmet, so you can never see who he is. Mm-hmm. And they have like a shitty little car. And so they bring on guest celebrities or just guest athletes, whatever, onto the show. And with this shitty little car, they have to go around the track as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. So they get a time. Okay. So like, for example, Tom Cruise, and like whatever, if like, if Shaq was ever there, or you know, whoever they brought on. It's like a little I don't know, a little Daewoo or little Hyundai car. It's like this old little shitty car, and then so they go around the track, and then once they get time, they get put on the board.
Nice.
And then so whatever time they get, then the Stig will go and see if like they can beat him essentially. But it's just kind of like a board that has like the top like people that
top
are
performers.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Why did I say that whole story?
For fun.
Because that's what we do. Because we can say whatever we want.
That's what we do. This is our podcast.
Dude,
Okay.
that'd be cool though, right? Like,
Yeah, like
I
a
do
top
like that.
ranking.
Like a top ranking.
Top 5.
Dang, but who's really ranking it though? That's just you and I.
The comments.
We'll figure it out.
Just one comment gets you on the board.
Yeah. We'll figure out a way to do it.
Until we get popular.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last story. Or I don't remember.
Yeah, story number 4.
Story number 4. Am I the asshole for not giving my sister her wedding dress because she didn't invite my underage son? Similar wedding story. I, 40 male, have a sister, 30 female, who is getting married in a week. The groom proposed to her a year ago at family dinner and left everyone speechless, but very happy for them as they are longtime companions. During this dinner, my sister asked my son, 17 male, to make her wedding dress. My son has always loved design and fashion. He took technical courses in these areas and sewing, and even his friends keep asking him for clothes because they are so beautiful. He agreed, but said that he needed time and that he would need her opinion constantly. At first, my sister was very annoying. My son drew about 50 dress designs in a month, and she only liked one, which he continued with. He sewed it with great quality fabric, which I paid for as I wanted to get involved in a certain way. For 5 months, he made several adjustments to suit her wishes, as she always complained about something. After a while, he arrived at the final model, and it was just amazing. My mother cried seeing my sister in the dress, and I confess that I almost got emotional too. The problem was that last week my son came to talk to me about the wedding invitation that it had not arrived for him, but for other family members. I thought maybe he didn't need one, but I still felt weird. I messaged my sister raising this issue, and she replied that she didn't want any underage people at her wedding because there would be alcohol. I asked if she was going to make an exception for my son, but she cut me off and said no. There are no children in our family. My son is the only minor. So I didn't see any sense in this rule for family members. And to make matters worse, my son was very sad and cried that he spent months on the dress and he couldn't even go to the wedding. I was very upset and told my sister that she should look for another dress as soon as possible, as she would no longer wear the one my son made. She called and yelled at me, saying I was being unreasonable and that I couldn't do this. My mother called me saying I should deliver the dress and follow the rules, but I didn't and hung up on her. Because of this, my family is divided. Many agree with me and condemn my sister's actions, saying that she could make only one exception, but the other part says I'm unreasonable and spoiling her big day. I don't think I'm wrong, but just rational and paying her back in kind. I don't know what that means. So am I the asshole?
Basically, like doing the same thing that she's doing to us.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just for me.
Yeah.
For me, I have no idea what you think.
Okay.
No idea what the verdict is, because I feel like it could go both ways for some people.
Okay.
But for me, he's the asshole. He's the asshole.
No.
Yes, he's the asshole.
No.
100%. He's the asshole. 100%.
No.
1,000%.
I wasn't expecting division on this one.
I had a feeling, and I'm gonna tell you why. I've gotten married. I've been married. We had a guest list.
Mm-hmm.
We had to pay for the whole shebang-a-lang.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your own criteria of okay. So they're getting married.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want minors. So it doesn't matter. It's their, like, they don't want any minors.
I feel like, listen.
They don't want any minors.
Okay.
You're not going to beat me on this one.
He's a minor. He's 17 years old.
Okay.
He's not 4 years old and going to be running up and down the aisles. He's going to sit in a chair.
Okay.
He's going to be as respectful as any other guest. Clearly, he's like, well.
But it's not about that.
What is it about?
That they don't want probably anyone under 21 or at
minor
least,
is 18.
yeah, at least no.
Minor is 18.
Okay, underage drinking then. You're a minor for drinking. Yes. Fine. If you want to say minor 18 or underage person for alcohol, because she's talking about, I don't want people because of the alcohol.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter that you're like, dude, but my son's 17. He made you the dress.
Dude.
He's not a little kid.
Then,
he's not running around. Because let me tell you this. Let's say he didn't make the dress.
if he didn't make the dress, then sure, you don't have to. Actually, no.
See what I'm saying?
No, yeah, then sure. But that's
matter.
the big deal.
No,
that's the problem.
No.
Is that if I'm asking you to make the dress, first of all,
does not imply invitation.
hold on. But also, let me add. She wasn't paying him for the dress. So I don't know if that changes your mind at all.
No,
she didn't pay. Dude,
it doesn't change my mind that the guy made. Okay, if my wife got a custom made dress, we don't have to invite the person that made the dress. It's the same thing because
if they're family and you're not even paying them, it's like, for example, if this was me, if somebody asked me to make them a wedding dress for whatever reason, I'm really good at sewing, right? I'm a designer, and your wife, my tia, asks me to make the wedding dress, and she didn't offer to pay me. I didn't ask for any pay. I'm assuming that I'm invited to the wedding unless she explicitly tells me that I'm not. But, and I've just spent 5 months working on this.
But people get told that they're invited through an invitation. No one gets explicitly told that you're not. When we invited people to our wedding, we didn't go around to the people that we didn't invite that may have been expecting an invitation and told them, hey, by the way, you're not invited. Okay, we just invited the ones that were invited.
Okay, but no, and that's fair. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that you and your wife.
You're saying because he's connected. He's connected.
No,
he's more
not that either.
Not family wise. By making the dress.
No, now I'm gonna argue the family take actually. So you and your wife decided you don't want any minors at the wedding. There's only one minor in the family. It's only widow.
But it's not about the family though.
But I'm saying, then do you tell, like, if this was me, I have one minor in the family, one. I'm like, and they're close, like this is my niece or my nephew, and they're the only person in the whole family that's not invited. I'm going to, and they're 17, so it's not like they're 12, you know what I mean? And like, who cares if they're there or not? Like they're not going to care. Nobody cares. Not that 12-year-olds don't matter, but I'm not being ageist. But they're 17 years old, and they're the only person in the whole family that's not going to be at this huge event with the rest of our extended family. I'm going to tell them, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry. This and this is the reason that we can't have you, but we would love to have you at the ceremony or at the dinner beforehand or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're the only person that's not invited, and they're 17 years old.
But okay, so what I would say is that okay, you could say that everybody sucks, but what I'm saying is that he is not. He can't do that. The dad.
He can't.
Obviously, he did, but I don't think he should have.
Why? The sister wasn't paying for the dress. She wasn't. If she had paid for it,
because she's okay. But whether she's paying for it or not, she's expecting that because it's being made for her. It's being tailored for her. As a gift.
If I haven't given somebody
but it's not a gift though. It's not.
How is it not a gift?
It's not a gift that like, hey, I bought you. This is my wedding gift that I got you, but now we got upset with each other, so I'm not going to give it to you anymore. It's not a gift like that.
How is it different?
Because it's the dress that she has to actually wear to walk down the aisle.
She doesn't have to wear that dress.
Well, she doesn't have to.
She does not have to wear that dress. And if that's me, and I just spent, for example, let me phrase this differently. Okay. Let me frame this in another light, right? So, you make a dress for somebody. And then that person, like, freaking does the most horrendous thing. Cheats. Like, let me do it even different because I'm talking in hypotheticals with myself. I make a dress for somebody, and then that person sleeps with my husband.
Okay.
I am no longer giving them that dress. It doesn't matter.
But I feel like that's not like apples to apples. It's because one of them is they're cheating with your husband is so
That's a betrayal. That's a crazy betrayal.
So much different
in this
than,
17-year-old kid's life. This is probably the most crazy betrayal. He just dedicated 5 months, blood, sweat, and tears in this dress. This is clearly something he's ultra passionate about. And now he's the only person in his entire family not invited to the wedding. That is maybe not equivalent, right? But he doesn't have any equivalency to being married. He's 17.
But I don't think that like the dad can be like, well, you don't want to invite my son. You don't want to make an exception for my son. So then fine, you're not going to get the dress that you've been expecting.
I
that
totally
my son,
think he can.
That my son made. And because the thing is that you're trying to force someone to make a decision based, like, it's like blackmail. It's like blackmail. It's like invite my son, or I'm not going to give you the dress. You're forcing someone.
I feel like sometimes you can do blackmail.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Like if
sometimes you're allowed to do blackmail.
If somebody's forcing me to invite someone, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, fine, I'll go buy another dress.
I don't think I don't think that the sisters I'm also
that's what I think that's what I'm saying. Then
I'm also
that, like, okay.
not arguing. I want to clarify. I'm also not arguing that the sister that's getting married is the asshole. That's not my argument either. I'm just saying.
Hold on, say that again. What?
I'm also not arguing that the sister that's getting married. I'm not saying that she is the asshole. I think she's allowed to make her rules, but I think that she needed to be more transparent. And she wasn't, and this was a huge betrayal on this kid, and he's allowed to not give her the dress.
But you need to pass a judgment, though.
No one's the asshole.
No.
That is a judgment. That's
literally
a thing on the Reddit page, and also I feel like that's valid in real life also.
Yeah, so I think that what you were saying, if he's the only one and blah blah blah,
he is.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because you were saying that's why I then said everybody sucks.
I'm saying no one's the asshole. I'm saying this is a really shit situation, and no one's the asshole. But maybe if I have to, I'll give a light asshole to the one that's getting married.
But you're saying, don't you think that? Wait, that doesn't make sense, because you're saying that he's wrong. You're saying that dad is wrong for what he did. Oh no, you're saying that he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but you're saying that she should have let him go.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she needed to be more transparent from the beginning if he wasn't going to be invited, before before asking him to make the wedding dress.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, yeah, if she
then that makes her the asshole.
So that's why I said that's why I'll go with everybody sucks. But
I don't think the dad sucks,
because you don't think the dad sucks?
No, that's been the entire argument.
Not the kid though. Not the kid. The kid doesn't suck.
I think that the entire argument, because the kid's like devastated, so the dad was just like, well, we're not going to give you the dress. I'm sure that he would have given her the dress if the kid was like, oh, I want to give it to her anyway. No, I didn't read the update because I didn't feel like it was super relevant, but they decided that they're going to sell it.
The part that I hate about the dad is that he's like, if you don't invite him, then I'm not going to give you the dress. Like, to me, that's like blackmail.
I feel like he's standing up for his son. I'm not seeing it so much as blackmail. I'm seeing like he's defending his son that is just experienced like a huge betrayal.
I don't see it that way. Because
you're crazy.
Whether that is what
wild.
Whether that's what the kid experienced or not, it doesn't change the fact that she's saying that, like, well, I don't want people that are below either 18 or 21
said that from the beginning.
Yeah, so I agree.
That makes her the asshole.
But that I am agreeing with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But then I just don't think the dad should have been like, invite him or else.
Well, I feel like the reason it's okay is because I almost feel like he made the dress. He agreed to make the dress. Almost, I know she didn't explicitly say you're invited, but because she didn't tell him that he wasn't going to be invited, I feel like he almost made it under false pretenses.
I think he would have made it no matter what, because he's a fashion guy.
Maybe
he loves that.
But he needed to know that before, because even if he would have made it otherwise, that doesn't mean that he didn't make it under false pretenses.
No, which is why I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that whether or not he knew or didn't know, and that he was going to get invited or not invited, he would have still made the dress.
Maybe.
Even if he wasn't invited, he would have still made the dress.
Maybe.
He would have known. Mm-hmm. No, he would have made it. When you're a fashion,
an honor, sure.
Yeah,
but that's not even the point. Yeah.
So, but how that's connected to my point is that she could have told him from the earlier, right? So he knows And because you're saying that, oh, he's so betrayed, and so I'm defending him, and because he can't go, and I'm saying that even if he knew from the get-go that he couldn't go, he would have still made it.
That's
and
not
he's
the
still
point.
not, and he's still
That's
not going.
not the point. That's not the point. Because even if he would have made it otherwise, he would have made it with that, like, consciously. You know what I mean? He made it under false pretenses and then was devastated. You know what I mean? Like even it's like in my head, it's like, I don't know, like, I was going to make like an analogy that I don't know if I should, but it's like, for example, like you're going to sleep with somebody, right? And like you like have this idea about their life. And it's like, I would have slept with you even if I knew you were a bum because I love you, right? Like, but I slept, like I would feel betrayed. You know what I mean? Like if it's like you gave me this whole like projection of your life that it was like this way, and then I slept with you and then I found out you're a bum. I would have slept with you anyways, but that doesn't negate the betrayal that I've felt.
Did
you know what I mean?
just watch the Tinder Swindler?
I watched it when it came out.
Yeah, I know. So did I. But I don't know. It just
that's
reminded
like,
me of
I
that
don't know.
movie.
That's like the only thing I could like make an equivalency to in my brain. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go. You're gonna go with no one's the asshole. I'm gonna go with like the guy.
Actually, no. Sorry, the sister's the asshole. I'm going back.
And I'm gonna go with not the kid is fine, but the other two people suck.
I'm so disappointed that I couldn't make you see the light on this one.
Yeah. I like it though. I mean, it gives us some good debate.
Damn,
you know,
dude. I didn't even expect debate on that one. I was just ready to talk about how crazy it was.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good story though. That was a good one. Like I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that story.
Your first one was the best.
Yes, finally. I feel like the last two episodes. I
want to reflect on my other ones and see which one's the best, the actual best. Now we need a working list just for ourselves.
What should we do for next episode? Next episode, we did mother-in-law drama. We've done sibling drama. We could do mother
like
drama.
Spouses?
Spouse or mothers?
Well, what if we decide and then keep it spicy? Tune in to find out if it's spouse or mothers.
Yes. Tune in for the next episode, which is going to be episode 7 for us.
Damn,
we're so close to 10 episodes.
Ooh.
Which is going to be awesome. Just to see, like, you know, have all that content.
Full screen of content
out there for you guys. And this is our longest episode so far with some good debate, 53 minutes and counting. But yeah, great stories. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing. We see you guys out there liking and watching our videos and stuff, and we really appreciate that.
We love every single one of you.
Yep. So until the next episode, peace.